Hi. Hello, this is Sarah. I'm talking to you about databases in this video, and I just want to show you a little bit about how to get to them and a few highlights about some of the things that we have. Our library is very well resourced. We have a lot of money for subscriptions and databases, and that's because we really value them as a tool. So here from the library website, we're going to the Find Information tab under Research. You can see under the Research tab there are lots of pages here with good information. The databases and other search engines are here, Find Information. And when we open it up, I always encourage the kids to go ahead and get that password document. This is an Amersal only document. You can add it to your drive and it will move to my drive. You can just have it there, and search directly from your drive. And it has the links and passwords all in one document. Okay. So that's probably the easiest. The other thing I encourage the kids to do, and it might be helpful for you as well, is to make your own password template. So when you open it up, it's going to ask you to make a copy, and that's going to put it as a copy into your own drive. You can rename it and just kind of fill it in as you like. Some of the databases ask you to create passwords and usernames for yourself, and that gives you the extra features, so you can save things and have it there when you go back. But sometimes they ask you to make a password with different parameters, so it can be helpful to have your own password document. Alright, so these are all the databases that we have. Some of them are subscriptions, some of them are true databases. I like to talk with kids about the difference among these types of sources. But for now, let's just go ahead and show you some highlights. So one of the first ones here is BrainPop. This is really for middle school. And it's videos. They have quizzes, all kinds of little lessons. We have the BrainPop Junior and also the BrainPop EAL. So this is a great tool, and you can search easily by your different topic areas. Okay, there's a lot here to explore. It's a great way to get older kids into something new, and for younger kids, really good for general information. Okay, theater has a couple particular to them. The Economist is a magazine that they use a lot in business and econ. I want to show you Britannica. This is a really good one for, again, getting into a new topic. And I often advise 9th and 10th graders to take a look in the middle school section. Sometimes 8th graders will look in the high school reading level. So I highly recommend having a look at this tool anytime you're starting something new. Okay, then we get into kind of a heavy-duty one, which is EBSCO. EBSCO is one of our main databases. It has many databases within it. So the first one I'll show you is this Explora. This is something new from EBSCO. They're trying to make their site a little bit more user-friendly, so it's good for browsing. You can also go to the advanced search if you know exactly what you're looking for. But for browsing, it's great if kids are kind of looking for what their topic might be, and then they open up and can start drilling into some of the topics. It's great for teaching them how to narrow down. So here we are at 5,000 results, so right away we can start using some of the narrowing tools on the side. Also, sorry, go over here. Also in EBSCO we have different ones for literary analysis, for example, science, psychology, and then here where it says various, it's going to open up like this, and these are other databases within EBSCO. The Advanced Placement Source, great for high school and up. ERIC is for your own professional development. Health, history, there's the Literary Reference Center again. Mass School Ultra is a very good one for high school and up. Newspapers, more professional development for you. Psychology, science, and topic search, which is newspapers. So if you're a student, you're probably going to advise your kids, unless it's for a particular course like history or science, if it's general information, they can choose a couple of these to search at one time and then continue. And I always recommend that they do advanced search. It shows up here, by the way, if you ever want to see all the ones that you're searching, all the databases you're searching. Each database has many, many magazines and scholarly journals inside it. With the advanced search, then they can start um, making really smart choices about how they put their search terms together, seeing how they can combine their different Boolean operators to get good results. They need to always be checking here full text. That's really important before they even begin, to make sure that they can actually access the journals that show up in the results. Sometimes they'll just get a citation and we have to call a library somewhere in Alabama or something. So always full text. I just want to point out here, these, like History Reference Center is EBSCO. You can find them all under various, but some of them have a nicer interface. Like this one here, History Reference Center. Oops, sorry, I'm wrong. There are, let me get the better link there. There's one that will show a little bit nicer view. Okay, this is a new one we just started at the end of this school year here. Exploring Issues. I think it's got great stuff for middle school and maybe 9 and 10 as well. And so each one of these will open up to more kind of organized information about that particular issue. And it's really loaded. There's a lot in here. But it's not overwhelming like some of the other databases. Okay, so has the extent changed, and then each of these is going to be an article about that. Okay, so I think this is really user-friendly, and I would be interested to see what you think about this one. It's called Exploring Issues. It's this one right here. Flipster we're talking about in another video. So let's talk about Gale. The password is Colegio FDR. Some of these you don't have to log in if you're on campus. Some you do. This is one of my absolute favorites. So Opposing Viewpoints is going to give you controversial issues around many different topics. And I really love how this is organized. I'm going to have a separate video just about this because there's a lot of different ways you can deal with this particular tool. Signing in with Google is a really good idea because then it will connect with your Google account and you can save anything that you do there. The other one is Science in Context. It's laid out exactly the same, but it focuses on science and in particular science issues in the news, so really current events around science. Okay, so I'll have a separate video about that because that's a really huge one. Some of these are particular to the IB, so I'm not going to show those. JSTOR is one of the favorites among the kids. I don't find it as user-friendly as some of the others. So I always recommend that they take a look at JSTOR toward the end of their search when they really know what they're looking for, and they can use quotation marks and combine Boolean operators to find exactly what they want. They can, search in the abstract or in the title to maybe narrow down a little bit. Make sure that this is always chosen here, read and download, so that you can have the actual article. You're always watching for this, making sure you're going in with the link from the library website so you have this here. And they like you to make your own account so that you can access all the full features. Another one that we started this past year is Statista. And, I want to show you Questia School too. Statista I bought for the business and econ classes, and I think it would be good for math too, but it's just got all kinds of statistics around different topics. So I think, is really good for kids learning how to look at information and analyzing what numbers mean for a particular purpose. So we've got our login here. I believe this is only available on campus. So this one doesn't have a password attached to it because I believe it's just for on-campus use. Yeah, here, on campus. Okay, Twig is another one really good for the sciences in particular and math. We use this a lot in middle school, but it would be a good extension for some math and science classes as well. I like how it's organized. It allows for lots of browsing, and then these are all different videos. Okay, so anyway, that is Twig. Last one to talk about is Worldbook. Worldbook is a little bit old-fashioned, but if we go to the student one, this is good for middle school. Again, very good general information, easy to use for getting into a topic. You might suggest this instead of Wikipedia, for example, when kids are just starting to learn about a topic. Okay, Questia School, I'm going to go in with my generic one. This is only for grades 11 and 12. So I may not talk about it too much. You know what? I'm going to put it as a separate video. If you are teaching grade 11 and 12, be sure to look at the other video about this one because it's a really, really great tool. Okay, so I just want to go back and make sure I've talked about everything good there. Under news sources, these are some good sites. These ones here are good for middle school. Newspaper Search is very cool. This is a Google product. Where you can search for news by region, and it's great for seeing news in other languages. You can compare and contrast different versions of an event. So each of these pins is a newspaper, and it opens up like this. You can search. So you can read this newspaper in these languages. It opens up right to the newspaper. Whoops. Should be, maybe that one's not working, but anyway, it's kind of cool to look at. This one's cool too, about current events. I should just do a whole separate video about news. The only other one to mention is Instagrok. Kids like this one again for beginning a new topic. They put in what they're interested in general, and then it will spin out all of these different nodes that they can explore and dig into a little bit more. So that's a good one for kind of not lower level, but like introductory stuff. And then our higher level kids are using the Google Scholar to find articles. And when they run into paywalls, we can try some of these ways to get behind the paywall, you know, if an article is blocked by a particular university. Alrighty, so there's a lot there to explore, all of it here on the Research Find Information page. Get that password doc into your own drive, and please push these resources whenever you're assigning a project. Ask for kids to be using these. Alrighty, thanks so much. Bye.